Yo, yo, how's it being, my friends and my friends? And if I've got any enemies, then how are you doing, my enemies? A little bit of a wrap-up / follow-up video. You can see what topic I'm talking about. And basically what I did is what I said in my previous video, I basically translated that into a Steam-appropriate post. And then I posted it, and I'm going to show you that. Now, this is the last post that was on my video recording, Mr. Jap02. Man, whew. Mr. or Mrs. Jap has some very interesting things to say. I might friend this person just so that me and them can talk. At leisure and private at length. I got some very interesting viewpoints, some of which are opposing to my viewpoints. Henceforth, an interesting conversation can be had, because it's boring just talking with people all day long that agree with you. And I'm not trying to stir shit, but I do enjoy a stimulating conversation with someone that provides a different point of view to my own. Nowadays, man, you got a different viewpoint, you're a Nazi, homophobe, xenophist, racist, whatever, they'll come up with a name for you. But we got Sir Derp. What is possible is particle scientists who are immortal have enough time to catch folks moments before their death, leave a real but fake body or remains, and take them to the immortal future. A scientifically theorized heaven after death. No loss on that hope with science now, eh? I see Sir Derp is also a fan of Doctor Who. Chris Capaldi. Is that Chris Capaldi? Well, I'm not sure. I think I'm getting his first name wrong. But Capaldi's Doctor Who. There was an episode where that exact premise basically happened, you know. You got these futuristic glass entities that appear before they stop time, and they appear the moment before your death. They take you back to wherever their headquarters is, and they essentially interview you, and they record your entire life experiences, and they save them, and then they take you back to your point in time, and then it's like, okay, hey, you know, now you can die. An interesting thing to discuss. Now, here's my response to Piddlefoot. I quote and respond to his post. This topic is about time dilation. That's any of these quotes. These are Piddlefoot's quotes. And I reply, as per the title of this topic, it is about whether or not the laws of physics prevent going back in time. Time dilation may come up as a component of discussing time travel and laws of physics, but it is not what this topic is about. Example, if a topic is made talking about how fast can a car go, one may bring up tires as it relates to providing movement for a car. But the topic is not about tires. It's about how fast a car can go. See, bringing up tires is relevant to the discussion, but it isn't the focus. Time dilation has its place in this discussion, but it isn't what the topic is about. We got a response because you asked a question, and now there is actual scientific evidence for the debate, of which you believe time is not real. Remember, you asked for one example of an experiment of something to show time was real. That experiment is time dilation. And I respond, the experiment I asked for, and quoting myself, was, could you think of an experiment or a way to demonstrate your statement? Can you make a controlled environment and remove time from it to see if all movement ceases? Instead of providing me an experiment where time is removed from a controlled environment and showing how movement ceases, you deflect and go off on a side tangent and bring up time dilation. That's not the experiment I asked for. So if your tactic now is to avoid the very topic in question you tried to use in a debate for your position, then that is disrupting the thread, because you had and seemed to have no intention of an actual scientific debate. but rather would just like to disrupt and derail threads. Well, my response is, except I'm not avoiding anything. I'm not addressing your time dilation experiments because that isn't what I asked for. If anything, one can say you are the one avoiding, as rather than provide an example of the experiment I asked for, you brought up time dilation instead. And how am I disrupting this thread? I am participating in it. I think you are equating someone disagreeing with you and having different viewpoints as disruptive and derailing threads. Is any debate, scientific or not, an exchange of different and opposing viewpoints? Yet, you claim you have an intention to scientifically debate. I am not sure if you understand what a scientific debate is. What a scientific debate is not is chiding others and trying to invalidate their contributions to the discussions as disruptive and derailing because they offer viewpoints that differ from yours. Also, I would argue that Google it as your response to every remark is not scientific debate. A lot of your argument is an argumentum ad populum logical fallacy. Below is an excerpt. I missed an R. I put excerpt. It's supposed to be an excerpt taken from the Wikipedia entry. Now, no, I didn't post links to some article like Piddlefoot does. Instead, I specifically highlighted, copied, and pasted the specific part of the Wikipedia entry that pertains to what I want to say. See, this is how you use outside sources to validate yourself properly. I didn't just sit here and post the link to the Wikipedia entry and be like, there's my response. Nope, I copied and pasted a specific paragraph. Argumentum ad populum is a type of informal fallacy, specifically a fallacy of relevance, and is similar to an argument from authority, argumentum ad verecundium. If my Latin is wrong, please forgive me. I don't know or speak Latin at all. I'm a pleb, remember? It uses an appeal to the beliefs, tastes, or values of a group of people, stating that because a certain opinion or attitude is held by a majority, it is therefore correct. To provide you with two examples of what this logical fallacy is. And these two examples, I mentioned them in this post already, and I spoke about these examples in my videos. But I'm going to bring them up again because they do not seem to be addressed. Example 1. At one point, it was the agreed upon and held scientific consensus. Well, I've already said this. Basically, these are my 2 points about the flat earth theory and the earth being the center of the universe. In both cases, the widely accepted scientific norm was blatantly false, incorrect, and wrong. Yet, at one time, it was understood, I meant to put understood, as fact. Therefore, I reject your argumentum ad populum. I will not accept your arguments as true simply because that's what everyone else thinks. Piddlefoot says, that is a very poor way to deflect from a debate you are obviously not grasping properly, where I have tried to help you learn why time is real and the evidence for that. And my response, I have not deflected from the debate. You have failed to provide the experiment I asked for. Instead, it was you that began to deflect and refer to argumentum ad populum. Time dilation is a phenomenon where time can appear to slow down or speed up in relation to the distance between two objects and speed in motion. Time slowing down or speeding up is not traveling back in time. It has to do with the perception of time, how time is perceived. It has nothing to do with traveling back in time. Therefore, you have deflected from the topic yourself, Piddlefoot. It is you whom are derailing and deflecting. I do not appreciate